online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at betterhelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
Visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Baseball is back. Brian Balaga here to bring you a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Surfside Iced Tea and Vodka and Surfside Lemonade and Vodka. A delicious and perfect pairing for a day at the ballpark. Stocked at American Family Field all season long. Surfside is only 100 calories per serving, and the best part, 0 bubbles. Ask for it at your local bar or liquor store. Surfside, an official partner of the Milwaukee Brewers. Must be 21 years of age. Please drink responsibly.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find families for children who've lingered in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. Lists is more, and it would have been nice if Tausch had seen even lists of the game, or more, while the two great pitchers were actually in that game. Chris, in the YouTube
Did it live
comments,
up to the hype for everybody that watched it? Did it live up to the hype?
Jesse, you were there. Tell us more.
I was not there, but yes, it did live up to the hype. Skeens giving up.
How can we say? Just wait a second. Listen,
he
man,
gave
I don't
up
want to
4
be
runs in an inning.
Gave up 4 runs, and Miz pitched 5 innings. You got 9 innings of pitching between the two of them. Not even half the game.
For an hour and a half, it lived up to the hype.
That's not what I asked.
The Brewers getting to Skeens in the way that they got to Skeens with kind of a dink and dunk approach and making it work. Bill Schroeder said on the TV broadcast, this is exactly how you beat Paul Skeens, and they had a masterful job in doing so. You're not going to hit the ball out of the park. You're not going to launch them off the wall, but you got to dink and dunk your way. You got to run the bases smartly. You got to wait for the right pitch, and they did a great job hitting at the bottom of the order yesterday to get to Skeens in that second inning. Shortest outing of his career, outside of one that was an intentionally short outing at the end of the year last year.
Didn't we go to the game to watch both these two battle and get like 7-8 innings of go and just head-to-head mono strikeouts and low scoring? I know Jason hates low-scoring football, but I don't know where he stands on baseball. I don't get how we can be did it really when you didn't even get half the game with the 2 stars in it?
Mm-hmm. And Jesse got his teeth cleaned during it, so it was impressive.
Mizorowski had a no-hitter through 3 again. He walked the leadoff batter, and then 9 in a row set down. 8 strikeouts, a career high for him so far.
But it was
sure, he only threw 5 innings, but they were a masterful 5 innings, and it has the baseball, the sports world buzzing. How good he is.
Yeah, I think we're trying to justify. That's what I think. I mean, good. It's a nice game, but if you got 2 old war horses going at each other, I want to see it.
Well, young
Skeeny's got rocked. Great for the Brewers. Hey, I'm not trying to take anything away from the Brewers' approach and how they executed, but when you have a monster matchup, you want to see it play out. And I don't necessarily think yesterday was that. Now, I didn't watch. I only saw the sixth inning, but I don't know. I mean, am I crazy to think that it didn't live up to the hype, even though they dinked and dunked for 4 runs?
So I don't want to anger you.
Well, you can antagonize me. You do it well.
Are you in the bargaining stage of
maybe
Elizabeth Kubler-Ross's stages?
But do you understand my point?
Uniquely unqualified to talk about this game. Good. Uniquely unqualified.
Bargaining.
So you're telling me if you get LeBron and Giannis and the Bucks pull ahead by 15 in the second quarter, and then they say, LeBron, you're done for the game, you're going to say that was an epic battle?
So
that's what I'm asking.
All right. First of all, as you pointed out,
LeBron never plays when he comes to Milwaukee. That's one thing.
It's not 1986, as you said earlier. Pitchers do not throw complete games. So it's not as if Jacob Mizorowski.
They don't pitch 4 innings.
Right, but how many more innings would Jacob Mizorowski have pitched? Maybe 1 more?
1 or 2.
And you would have gotten to see him pitch in the 6th inning when he went into the clubhouse?
This is entirely self-serving.
Just trying to make yourself feel better, man. And I get it.
All right, so everybody that was at, it sounds like AmFam was full on a Wednesday, which is blanking awesome.
Biggest crowd of the year.
Do you think that everybody that went was like, absolutely, it lived up to the hype?
Yeah, I think they probably feel like it did. Let's say if there's a scale at the top of the hype.
Well, the hype train
thermometer.
was hot. The hype train was hot.
I mean, would it have been better if they both would have thrown no-hit ball for the first 6 innings and they both left the game with no one having gotten a hit in the game? Yeah, that would have been better. But it seems to me that, especially if you're a Brewers fan, because they did get runs against Skeenis, as you call him, I'm sorry, but I think it did, to a degree, live up to the hype.
Why are you sorry? No, I'm glad if everybody feels that way.
I feel like you kind of wanted it to not live up to the hype because you didn't even get to watch.
Jason, I'm just trying to be a fair analyst on this.
Yes,
and
Elizabeth.
I was not there, so I can't tell you. I'm assuming, obviously, hold up. Obviously, there's a ton of juice, and that's awesome. And I think there's probably a lot. What was it, the second inning that they scored 4? Is that right, Jesse?
Yes,
I know you were there.
Correct.
Second inning.
So don't you think after probably the middle of the third, top of 4, the balloon started deflating a little bit? It wasn't like this was a decrescendo game. You had it high, and it was hot. And all of a sudden, you hit it with the 4, and then all of a sudden, the air comes. And next thing you know, you turn in the bottom of the 5th, and you're like, just wait a second. Who's this cat for Pittsburgh? What is he doing? Oh. That's not even half the game. So can a game really be that enticing and living up to the hype if after 2.5 or 3 innings, it's kind of like, all right, then.
If you're a Brewers fan and not just there to see the 2 best pitchers in baseball for the story.
But that's why this game was so hyped, Jesse. Not because we're Brewers fans.
Brewers
I've been to a Brewers game on a Wednesday before.
So the Brewers are now 9 games over 500 on the season. That's a high water mark for the year. They've been one of the hottest teams in baseball over the last month plus. when you put up a 4 spot on Paul Skeens and chase him after 4 innings for the shortest outing of his career, except for that one outing where it was on purpose that he only threw a couple innings and then left. That's a major win for the team and a major win for the scope of the season with the Miz on the mound also throwing
Jason or
strikeouts.
Jesse, is that why 42,000 people showed up yesterday? Or did they show up to see a duel, a battle? Because that's what the hype was about.
You show up.
That's my question.
The pitching matchup got people in, but the Brewers fans who were in, who wanted to see
Why did people show up? Jesse, why on a June Wednesday why was the stadium full? Was there a bobblehead night? Or was it because there are 2 war horses going at each other?
Because the seniors got to walk the warning track after the game. But also because, yes, there were 2 of the brightest young pitching stars in baseball on the mound going toe-to-toe, and you want to see how the game plays out. And we, as Brewers fans, want to see the Brewers win the game. So the Brewers winning the game by getting to Skeens, plus Mizorowski going 5 shutout innings with 8 strikeouts, all adds to the experience. Yes, it lived up to the hype. The Brewers beat Skeens. So they went toe-to-toe. Miz won.
Okay. All right, my question for both of you is, if you watched, and I think one of the great movies that has been put out, and I watch it every time I get on an airplane, Top Gun Maverick. If within the first 30 minutes of that movie, Tom Cruise gets up there, goes and does his deal, and they conquer the whole thing, and it's done. And then they still put another hour and a half of movie out. Am I going to walk out of there and saying, I don't know what the hell they're even going to put out there? They're going to put other parts, and they're going to have this because nobody can tell me even who pitched.
Romance with Penny Benjamin.
So if that happens, are we going to sit here and say, man, that movie lived up to the hype? Or are you going to say, man, the first 30 minutes were dynamite, and I don't know what the hell they did the last hour and a half? Because that's what happened yesterday. Let's make no mistake about it. Is that what we're going to now do when we watch a movie, too? It's a hype movie, and all of a sudden it comes out guns blazing. Cruise goes and wins. He solves that little wave deal. He figures it out. They win. They get the nuclear stuff done. The world is saved. Great America. Woo-woo. And then I don't know what you do for the next hour and a half. That's what yesterday was. It was. Tell me why I'm wrong.
I'm not going to tell you wrong. I'm going to let you feel your feelings. And we're going to take a call.
By the way, Jacob deGrom pitched 8 innings yesterday. He's 38.
He did, yeah.
Oh, did you see that game?
He had a great game.
No, I just got a...
Did you take
I got a text. Let me tell you this. I got a text from a former producer of this program, and he said absolutely the place was fizzled by the 3rd inning. So... Tony's pretty, I'm not going to put anybody's business on the street, but Tony Cartagena is a pretty observant fella. Okay?
The poll is in the field.
Well, I'm going to lose this poll by a big number. I mean, come on.
Did the Brewers Pirates game featuring The Miz versus Paul Skeens live up to the hype? Yes or no?
Pretty straightforward question.
Yep. That is.
Let's take a call. Let's talk to Justin in Waukesha. Justin, welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
I'm doing very well, and I thought the game did live up to the hype yesterday. Watched it, loved it.
Okay.
So, thanks for a moment for therapy for a repressed memory on watching a game and fail for me. The 2015 Holiday Bowl. And so we're watching it live as can be, but it was the start of kind of, the streaming that you could plug into your TV. We're watching it, didn't know enough about the delay. So this is the Jack Sitchie 3-sack game where he comes back in the second half. Back and forth, a late field goal, Badgers take the lead. They're getting interception on the next, but they can't get a first down to ice it. So USC is driving. Everybody in the room is standing up, hands on our head. My phone dings. I think it's like a group text because it's like 17 seconds left and take a look, and it's a notification from ESPN. Badgers win. Game over. Just kind of deflated the whole moment. You're there, this back and forth game. You're watching it live. You think you're doing everything right, and had to learn that lesson the hard way. Taped away. Tough. Well, great. We won.
That's awesome.
That's worse than mine.
Jackson G.
I thought I was doing it right.
So So Tausch, do you remember that bowl game? You're obviously the radio analyst of Badger football. Does that game stick out for you?
I mean, I remember 3-sack Jack and winning the game, but I mean, I wouldn't say it's at the top of my.
It was 9:30 kickoff time local out in San Diego. I think they were still playing it.
Yeah, it was late for me. I think I fell asleep.
Justin, I'm hoping.
But like yesterday's game, if it was like yesterday's Brewer game, it would have been no big deal. You know.
All right, we will keep Kublering after Tausch tells us.
I think by the end of the show, I'm gonna sit here and tell you it was the greatest game in the history of AmFam Field. I mean, is that what you think?
I don't even remember what happened.
I don't know what acceptance looks like for you, but you are definitely not at acceptance.
Who won? I don't even remember.
Is my Tom Cruise, is that a fair comparison?
No.
Why? That is what happened.
First of all, the Brewers they're not going to allow their pitching phenom they took him out with a no-hitter going in his first start after 5 innings.
I ain't mad at Miz. I'm saying it was just there was. Right, but it was a knockout in the second round.
My point is, you didn't miss out on a lot of Miz pitches that you otherwise would have seen when you went into the clubhouse in the 6th inning.
Sure.
Maybe he pitches the 6th, right? Skeen's only pitching 4 innings. Yeah, that's less than you would have hoped. But again, I'm not here to speak for Brewers fans, but the fact they got that's the most runs he has given up in an inning in his pitching career. They chased him earlier than he's ever been chased by another team. So it kind of feels like it was, you got to see a really good pitcher from another team, and he pitched really good for 3 of the 4 innings he pitched. But more importantly, your guy pitched better, and your team won to get to their highest over 500. Remember, they were sub 500 when Jesse called for the manager's job. Seems like it was a pretty good day at the ballpark for Gabe Neitzel, who was there, and for Jesse, who was there.
Okay.
I wasn't there.
So you say. That's like Tausch saying I didn't drink Coors Light when I was at my golf outing. He would never say that because it would be a lie.
Exactly. Well, whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or just need a moment to chill, crack open a Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Coors Light is brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and it is cold packaged, so it's made to chill. Make sure those mountains are blue. That's when you know it is chilled to perfection. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Keep sending your bad beats on trying not to find out the outcome of a game so you could watch it plausibly live. I'd be very curious to get some more of those stories. Justin's was a good one. Tausch's obviously a abject failure. 844-770-3776. You can text those in to the Carbless Talk and text line. I do want to get to a few of the texts we've already gotten, and then to Alex Strofe. We need to have a conversation about our guy Strofe. That's all still ahead. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
True Chicago-style pizza is thin, crispy, and cut into squares. And thanks to Connie's Frozen Pizza, you can enjoy a true slice of the city. You'll enjoy it so much you won't even mind where it comes from. Connie's Frozen Pizzas are made from the same cornmeal crust Connie's has been serving for over 60 years. They're perfectly cheesy, perfectly saucy, and they're exactly what you crave. Get to know the true Chicago style with Connie's Frozen Pizza. Born in Chicago, loved by cheeseheads. Available in a freezer aisle near you.
Make plans to stop by Third Ward Beer Garden at Catalano Square. Experience Milwaukee's favorite beer garden, the perfect spot to meet up with friends in the Third Ward. Open Wednesday through Sunday with live music Thursday through Saturday. Good times and great vibes await at Third Ward Beer Garden.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
At Citizens Bank, community banking is you, growing your business with a partner who gets it. It's you, buying your first home with a lender who makes it easy. It's you, building a future with savings that work just as hard as you. And it's us, working together to strengthen our community. Because at Citizens Bank, community banking means you plus us. Visit us at citizensbankwi.bank. Citizens Bank is member FDIC and an equal housing lender.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at discount liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket, and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
For over 50 years, Cousin Subs has celebrated and embraced the traditions of their home state of Wisconsin. And now, Cousins will be honoring a Wisconsin tradition like no other with their pull tab giveaway promo. Now through July 6th, while supplies last, guests will receive a Cousins pull tab with a sub or sub-able purchase for a chance to win Cousin Subs for a year and much more. For additional info and official rules, visit cousinsubs.com/pull tabs. One pull tab per customer per transaction per day. To receive a pull tab with no purchase necessary, see official rules.
Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit fighting to save lives, protect our climate, and strengthen our economy through the shift to zero emissions. Visit us at earthjustice.org. Earth Justice, because the earth needs a good lawyer.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
As Tausch works through the 5 stages of live sports spoilers and the depression that comes with it, we continue to get calls and texts. So we'll get to Strofe at some point. We'll get to the Packers as well at some point. But I do want to get some more calls. Now, I will be honest. I don't want any. I'm kind of rooting against victory laps here. As much as I want people to succeed, and I'm a very supportive type person, I kind of feel reading the room that more of a commiserating fails theme would be more helpful to the program. Misery loves company, if you will. But maybe not.
Mizorowski loves company.
Whatever happens, happens. It can be great, can be terrible. It's usually funnier if it doesn't go great, but
not always. Let's go to Andy in Green Bay first. Andy, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
Guys, good. How are you?
Great. What do you got for us?
Well, I got to tell you, I pulled the Tausch yesterday. I was down here in Milwaukee by 71st and Blue Mound, and I thought I'd catch a shuttle from where you guys did your remote.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Magoo's,
yep.
yeah.
Magoo's on the mound. Yep.
Yeah. Yep. And I was in walking distance, and I was like, well, I'm going to go check this game out. Took me like 3 hours to get in line for the shuttle. That's how it was busier than opening day. It was crazy.
Big hype. Yep, big hype.
Well, not
big
that it was
hype.
lived up to.
Well, we'll see.
Then I finally got on, went down. No standing room tickets. Dunzo.
Sold out.
Okay.
A lot of hype for that game.
So
a lot of hype.
So did you?
So then I
Go ahead.
tried to come back. I tried to hop the shuttle to come back so I could at least watch the game. I ended up watching it on the radio.
That's tricky.
We like the radio
That's
network
tricky to
around
do.
here.
Big fans of 620
Yeah,
WCMJ.
Yeah, but you got to stream them in a different way. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I was like,
So
oh,
Andy,
this
did you see any? So then you were just relegated to watching the highlights, which Tausch would tell you were all over after the fourth inning. But that's all you saw. Then you were within a few Mizorowski pitches of being there live, and instead you saw nothing of it live. Fair?
saw nothing of it live. Had to hop the shuttle back to Magoo's.
Well, at least I got good food.
Good
Yeah.
spot.
Well, thanks for helping Tausch go through his phases of disappointment. We appreciate you, buddy. Thanks.
All right, thanks. Have a great day.
Well, that seems worse because you think you're on the precipice of actually going to the game.
You're running around sweating. Yeah, that sounds a lot worse, actually.
Well, see, I told you. That's much better. All right, let's see if we got another one here. Let's go to Craig in Illinois. Craig, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. How you doing?
I'm doing well, guys. Thank you very much for having me. Hey, real quick, two things. First of all, as far as being disappointed with video game or recording, I recorded McElroy going for his Grand Slam, and I had it all set. And I have been very successful, first of all, recording things and not getting the results because I'm really good about it. And literally, I got home from a trip, turned on the TV, and I turned it on, and it was already on the game, the round, the golf, and I saw him hoisting the trophy as I turned the TV on.
That's frustrating.
I had my afternoon all planned. I was all by myself. My wife and grandkids and family were doing something else. My afternoon was like I had a cold beer set, of Coors Light, and I was like, "Yes, this is going to be just me in the sunroom watching, see if McElroy chokes it away or not." And I saw him hoisting the trophy, and I went, "You've got to be kidding me!"
So wait a minute now, Craig, because you'd had such a good run. You just said it yourself, if you do say so yourself, that you were really good at it. Like
I am. I'm very good at it.
Right, but how did someone who's so good at it screw this up so epically that you just happen to have left your television on? What was it, CBS? I don't remember.
But yes, I fumbled the ball at the 1 yard line is what that was. I normally
out of the back
am
of
real
the end
good
zone.
at. Yeah, exactly. I normally am real good at when I record something, then I know to turn the TV or the cable. We have a direct TV. Sorry for the plug. And
they sell ice cream.
I normally turn to. Yeah, exactly. Great ice cream, Rocky Road. I normally turn it to another channel, and I just didn't do it. And I couldn't believe it when I turned the TV on and it turned on CBS. I'm like, no.
That's a good one, Craig. That's a really good one. Love it.
But as far as the hype of the game, I watched it live down here in Cardinal Land because I live down here now because of my time in the Air Force. And the game lived up to it. I knew, first of all, because this is modern baseball, no way were either one of those guys going to go past the sixth inning at the most, just because they're both young. They're both young pitchers. They're both 23 years old. The days of guys throwing 120 pitches are done because that's how they blow arms out. And I knew both of them were probably going to be on a pitch count. And the thing about the game that made it so amazingly, I think, fulfilled the thing was Miz handled the pressure. He was going up against the best pitcher in baseball, sellout crowd, national television. He walks the first batter because the umpire squeezed him and missed 2 outside strikes. And he comes right back and just throws out shutout ball, and he made those guys. They only had 3 or 4 balls that were hit solid at all. This kid has moxie. I'm really impressed by him.
Craig, before we let you go, great call. Having been in the Air Force, and I understand Maverick is actually a naval aviator. But did you see Top Gun Maverick? And do you agree with Tausch that it's one of the all-time great films? Because I finally saw it a couple of weeks ago, and I got to admit, I liked it even better than I liked the original Top Gun back in whatever that was, 86.
Yes, I have to admit I did too. When the first one came out, I was on active duty as an enlisted guy in Seoul, Korea, and when that movie came out, I was like, "This is phenomenal!" If I saw this, I'd have joined the Navy instead of the Air Force. But the second one came out, and it led up to its hype. And normally, as we all know, seconds usually don't. But this one did. It was phenomenal. So no, it was good, but. You know what? My Air Force did a good job over the weekend doing their mission. Whether you believe in that or not doesn't matter. They did their mission, and I know some of the people that flew those missions, and it was very cool what they did.
Yeah, amen. And I'm glad they got back safe and sound, much like Maverick eventually does. Spoiler alert after his plane crashes. All right, Craig, we appreciate you, man. Thanks. Jesse's got what? Sorry.
I wanted to end. There's a lot of silence there. So
I thought you were maybe going to say something there. That's why. All right. Jesse's got a couple of texts we want to get to. I feel like those 2 calls, again, not misery loves company necessarily, but I feel like there's been a little bit of a lift. I feel a little bit better.
I'd say a little bit of a lift, but I think we all, when there's a big event, we all want it to live up to the hype so bad that we kind of let things swim and, if we're just being honest about it.
We convince ourselves that it lived up to the hype.
Yes, we try to convince ourselves to validate.
Or convince yourself that it didn't.
Case may be. I don't think you could sit there and say this is one of the greatest games you've ever seen at Amherst.
I don't think anybody said that.
Or one of the greatest pitching battles we've ever seen. It just didn't live up to that. This wasn't Schmaltzy in the pitching 10 innings in the championship game. I don't even remember who he pitched against, but you remember when Jack Morris pitched?
Good story. Yeah, Jack Morris, yes. You're hung up on a type of starting pitcher from the 80s, man.
Well, I don't know. DeGrom pitched 8 innings yesterday. He's 37 years old. Is it from the 80s? It looked like it happened yesterday.
Yeah, the reason why that DeGrom story is interesting is because it's kind of an outlier in today's baseball. Wouldn't you agree?
Is it? Maybe.
I believe it.
Depends. It's an outlier.
I believe
it is an outlier.
Jesse, you've got more Terry Bradshaw tickets to give away.
I do. We're going to the Terry Bradshaw show at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Sunday night. 7 o'clock show. Doors open at 6. I will be there with my mom and dad.
Are these tickets with you and your parents?
I don't think so, but I don't know for sure. If you happen to be there, what did Riley say last year at the Brewers? Pull up. Say hi. I would love to see you.
Sit next to Usher George.
Yeah. We're going to have some fun at the Hard Rock Casino Rockford on Sunday night. The Terry Bradshaw show is there. Apparently there's music. He's telling stories. It's comedy, memoirs, and music. It's an amazing collection of what this show is. So we're really excited to see what it is. And I'm sure he's going to slam Aaron Rodgers along the way, which is going to be extra exciting for us. So we have some tickets, a 4-pack to give away for tickets this Sunday night.
All right. He wore number 12. He was not going to give that to Aaron Rodgers, even if Aaron Rodgers had asked, based on his opinion of Aaron Rodgers. So number 12 it is. Caller 12, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 12 wins 4 tickets to Hard Rock Casino Rockford and the Terry Bradshaw Experience with Jesse Nelson and his parents. What more of a sweetener could you possibly ask for?
Must not be Jesse's birthday weekend.
Well, maybe they've changed the policy, and instead of going to Vegas, they're going much closer to a really nice casino that's more convenient, just an hour outside of Madison. Caller 12 wins those tickets next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Sunday Night Baseball. This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Hi, I'm Brittany Miller from Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more. Custom T-shirts, sweatshirts, jackets, hats, you name it, we can do it. Big Frog Custom T-Shirts and more is family-owned and all about celebrating life's big moments. Maybe it's a milestone birthday, a celebration for your child's first goal, or that work fundraising event. We are everyone's printer. No minimum orders, affordable designs, and help straight from me and our team. We're the one-stop shop for all your custom needs. Start your project today at bigfrog.com/Mequon.
Milwaukee just got hotter. Announcing the buys of summer at Wilde Automotive Group. Get the lowest prices guaranteed on new vehicles. We'll beat your best price by $500 or we'll pay you $500 cash. Guaranteed. With over 1,500 vehicles to choose, you're sure to find the perfect ride for your family. 11 brands, 10 locations, one easy experience. Don't miss Ewald's Buys of Summer sales event going on now.
Go to ewaldauto.com.
See dealer for details. Expires month end.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With more than 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Transform the way you do business with Fifth Third Bank's Commercial Payments Solutions. Our market expertise and managed services streamline your entire payment process, seamlessly integrating with your existing systems to give you unparalleled control. Discover new revenue sources, save time, reduce operating costs, and boost your bottom line with our customized payment solutions. Fifth Third Bank, National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
Slide into your neighborhood Century Food Store to score the freshest produce, tastiest treats, and everything in between. Now through Wednesday, save on 5.5 to 8 ounce selected varieties Crystal Farm shredded or chunk cheese, 2 for $5. 9 to 16 ounce selected varieties Old Dutch tortilla or crunch chips or salsa, 2 for $5.50. 10 to 10.8 ounce selected varieties Bird's Eye frozen vegetables, 4 for $5. 18 to 54 count selected varieties Hefty plates or bowls, 2 for $5.
Attention shoppers. Safe.
Okay. Ooh, pineapple fulfills every need.
While you're shopping, a drive way back, it's a gunner.
There's something goofy going on with the PA.
Need a price check and I'll take me out to the ball game.
See, what is going on?
You're hearing things. We're at Century Foods, and you can't take your mind off winning that ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes.
I'm hoping to throw out the first pitch at a Milwaukee baseball game.
Or attend batting practice.
Or hold the finish line ribbon for the racing sausages.
You don't say.
The ultimate baseball fan sweepstakes at Century Foods. Enter on Century's Facebook or Instagram by July 30th.
Red, White, and Vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
What I want, you've got, and it might be hard to handle. Like a flame.
All right, we'll put a bow on the Skeens v. Miz discussion, and Tausch is not seeing any of it except for the 6th inning when they were both out of the game. But Matt in Hartford, congratulations on winning the 4 tickets to see the Terry Bradshaw show with Jesse and his parents.
I just can't. How do you not utter that sentence and not laugh?
I'm a master of the deadpan delivery.
You know what? Phone lines have been lighting up when we've been doing these giveaways the last 2 days.
People are excited.
People either really want to see Terry Bradshaw or really want to meet my mom.
Your mom's awesome. Yeah, no, your mom is quirky now. She's funny. Remember his mom?
She's not afraid. Yeah, she's not afraid to get after us either.
Not at all. She
or Jesse, for that matter. All right, Jesse, let's put a bow on our hour-long discussion of Tausch's epic fail with a couple of texts.
Patrick in the car. Try working at a grocery store during a noon Packers game, and you get off at 5. Very hard not to get it spoiled, but I've successfully pulled it off a few times. Also, watching a game later is great because you can fast forward through the commercials and halftime, so you get to watch it at an expedited rate. From Patrick in the car.
Good point. Right. Yeah, it would have been fun for Tausch to do yesterday, but that's not what happened. So you didn't even bother.
No.
You just threw your arms up and said...
No, I didn't throw my arms up. I just said, oh, all right. Looks like I watched the second inning and pretty much cover the whole game.
Greg and Madison, caller Craig nailed it. Great game. Tying run came to the plate. Did Tausch want them to leave the game 0-0 and the Brewers scoring off the best without the Brewers scoring off the best pitcher in baseball? You want to get runs off of Skeens. That's the point.
Listen,
of watching
what I
the
was
game.
hoping for, I was hoping for just an absolute just drag out battle with the two guys that everybody are excited about watching to pitch. And then, you wear out Skeens in the 6th. You throw up a 4 spot in the 6th. And then Miz comes out, and you get through 6 innings of ball, and the Brewers are up 4. It would have been a whole different story than if it happened in the 2nd inning. And I want the Brewers to win. This is a really fun team. You said it. They're 9 games over 500. They're humming along. That's all great. But yesterday was about the hype of the matchup. It wasn't about the Brewers versus the Pirates. It was Skeens versus Miz. And if you think that yesterday that was what it was, great. Kudos to you. I didn't. That's all. And you know what? I can be wrong. And I am. I'm guessing the poll is going to smoke me. And that's fine. But if you're acting like yesterday's was it was just the best thing you ever saw, I would have to disagree with you. But again, that's what makes this country great. You can disagree. I'm going to disagree with you.
Well, Tyler agrees with you. Tyler in Illinois.
All right. Well, then I like Tyler.
Oh, we only like people that agree with us. Does sound like this country. As usual, I agree with Tausch. Wait a minute.
Where is it?
I've got stuff on top of it. I don't want to have everything fall down in the middle of the show. In terms of hype, it definitely did not live up to it.
Thank you, Tyler.
Once Skenes is out, it's still the lowly Pirates. And Skenes has 6 other losses on the year. So it's not like it's some monumental win. I think the hype is all about the Miz, not the game itself. All right, well then if the hype is all about the Miz, then the Miz delivered.
The Miz did deliver.
Yes, will the Miz sell out his next start if it's against some guy we never heard of?
If they do this right, I think his next home start will be against the LA Dodgers.
Sellout.
So
sexy.
Yes, should be a sellout.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate Tyler agreeing with you because we all need people to support us. I don't know if wins and losses are necessarily the ideal measure of whether Skenes is goodish or not, right? I mean, he pitches for the Pirates. The Pirates, we all agree, they're not a contender. They stink.
Very bad.
No, they stink.
So him losing, he's got like a 2 ERA. Like, I just feel like that might not be. I'm glad he agrees with you, but they would you have liked him to pitch more innings? Sure. I'm sure you would have. That's fair. But still, if you're going to say that the hype was all about the Miz, then the Miz delivered on the hype, and he lived up to the hype again. He gave up 2 hits, no runs. Overcame that walk on the opening pitch like Craig in Illinois was talking about in the opening batter. Instead of, cowering in the pressure. So, Josh DiMaggio adds that 3 of Skeen's losses
okay, so this is
by
the deal.
1 run. Giving up
and this
1 run.
is fine. It's about the Miz. The matchup didn't matter yesterday then. If that's the case, great.
The
but that's
matchup
not
was
what
ice
was
cream
hyped.
on top of ice cream. It was against another great
That's
pitcher.
Fair. All right.
Wow. I got Homer to come around on something yesterday, and I got
Brewers,
a That's Fair from Tausch today. I'm cooking.
The reason that game was sold out yesterday was dominantly driven by Miz. And as long as we look at it through that frame, I looked at it through the wrong frame. It was Miz versus Skeens. That's why I was excited. It doesn't seem like anybody gives 2 rips about Skeens. That's what I'm reading. Because if that's the case, you can say, awesome, that was unbelievable. We got to see the Miz, we did this. But if you're there to watch a great pitching matchup, which is what I anticipated, we didn't get it. We didn't. And if you want to sit here and sell yourself that you did, great, go ahead, knock yourself out. I'm not going to tell you not to. But that's not what happened yesterday. So
we will shift gears in the 10 o'clock hour. Jesse has turned this into Power Rankings Thursday. I'll explain what he's power ranking or what Pro Football Focus did and whether we have an issue with it. Next, the 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Big trucks can be intimidating. If you've been seriously injured in a truck crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Trucking law can be extremely complicated. You don't want to take on the insurance company alone. Gruber Law Offices has the experience, the resources, and of course, the results. We know truck law. We know the rules and regulations. We know what it takes to win. Call Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Hey, it's Kyle Bruston Nortman's Brad Nortman. Ready for a fresh ride? Tsunami Express Car Wash is now open in New Berlin. Surf to Tsunami Express and enjoy free washes, giveaways, and membership deals during our grand opening celebration now through July 6th. Tsunami Express uses best-in-class technology, making washing your car fun, fast, and easy. After your wash, enjoy our free premium amenities like powerful vacuums and air for your tires. Tsunami Express Car Wash. Wash, chill, repeat. Learn more at tsunamiexpress.com/New Berlin.
Here's to experiencing it all this summer in Wisconsin. Every deliciously cheesy, rockin', magical, fireworks-filled, festival-loving moment. There's Cheese Curd Fest in Ellsworth, Strawberry Fest in Cedarburg, Festival of the Arts in Stevens Point, and the Renaissance Fair in Bristol, Honor the Earth Powwow in Hayward, Mile of Music in Appleton, Venetian Fest, Brat Fest, Summerfest. So many fests for your whole crew. Find them all at TravelWisconsin.com. Sponsored by Travel Wisconsin.
Tune in to KBN every day at 2 o'clock. Kyle Bruston Nortman. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Scotty in the ESPN Milwaukee YouTube comments. I was at the game yesterday, and the crowd was fantastic. I don't blame the Pirates for taking Skeens out after he gave up the 4 runs, and the Pirates stink and have not given him any run support all season. Taking it to arguably the best pitcher in baseball was well worth the price of admission. So that is Scotty's position on this. Let's hold off briefly.
I thought Jocko, before you bow this thing, I thought Jocko, not the good, but our buddy from Channel 15, he put a good point out there. Baseball games are too short. thought that's pretty good.
For those of you that don't know,
we gave you a lot of grief.
It's a callback
a couple
to
years ago.
2 years ago. For those of you that might not have heard Jocko.
What's better than 1980s? You're always killing me about the 80s.
Yes, said the guy who brought up 1986 today. Yes. Be that as it may, I do want to get to this because before we get to the coach conversation and where Matt Lafleur ranks, something that, again, depends on your perspective, I guess, does or does not live up to the hype. Our friend Alex Strofe threw out the entire KBN crew, right? They all did this?
Yes.
Saw a picture of them. Strofe, who apparently, and I love Strofe. We do weekly Wilde during the Packers season together. We're going to be doing the Packers show, the State of the Packers show at Summerfest on July 5th. So be sure to come out and check that out. 3 hours, him, Gabe Neitzel, and myself. So I love Strofe. The level of overconfidence, though, and then his performance after he expresses it. Sources close to the program tell me that he told Brust, who was catching his first pitch, that he might want to wear a catcher's mask for safety. The person who should have been wearing a catcher's mask was either Gil, the mascot, or the people sitting in the first row behind home plate, because he sailed the ball to such a degree, and I don't know if this was it Ben's wife taking the video? I don't know who it is, but if you hear the audio on it, you can hear her go, "Ooh, wow." Because it's so bad. Well over Ben Brust's head, nearly takes out Gil the mascot. If only he hadn't run the 3-cone drill the way he did. He made Jordan Love look good. Jordan Love said he just wanted to make sure he didn't bounce it up there, and he threw that kind of eephus pitch softly to Christian Yelich. Tausch, you've thrown out ceremonial first pitches. You've had your picture up in the booth when we did the show there. Do we need to have an intervention with Alex Strofe about athletic behaviors? Do we have to have a conversation that maybe he should just give them up entirely? What do we need to do here?
No, I couldn't commend him more. What he's doing is, his job is to provide content. That's his job. He's not an athlete. We all have seen that. The fact that he is willing to embarrass himself and be as open about it as he does is exactly what he should do. This little clip here, I believe, I don't know how many views it got. It was a substantial amount. Alex Strofe was never an athlete. He's never built like one. He's never been one. But what he is he's creating content. And his, I don't want to say selflessness. I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. But he ain't scared. He will continue to go and do these things. And he is getting a nice audience building on because he's putting himself out there. So do we want to have a conversation with him? Yeah, I'll tell him, kudos, Strofe. Keep it up. Now, do we hope that he gets better and improves? Honestly, no. I want him to continue to get worse because the worse he does, the better he's going to do in his actual life and in his career. If he starts throwing strikes and running 4 cones good and runs a good 40, that ain't good for him. So what he's doing, I tell you, Strofe, continue to do it. And actually, do less. Get worse. Because it ain't going to be good for you long term in your career.
Do you, I do want to know this. Do you believe that this is authentic, or is he purposely being this bad?
I don't think you can purposely be that bad. Like, you can't move like he did. You can't practice that. That is where you're at. And I thought at first maybe that was the case, but no. And it's starting to, you keep looking at it, and it just continues on that path. Like, I'm sure there's something he's good at athletically.
I
don't think he's found it yet.
Once upon a time, which is hard to believe.
Ow! Maybe he can be a distance. He's kind of built. He maybe has a
you're not
distance
changing
running
directions, I guess.
But I can't imagine him being good at golf. Like, I can't. I don't think he's going to be good at tennis. I don't think he's going to be good at pickleball. I don't know where he all fits. But what I do know is he has been very, and I think with the help of our social media queen down in Milwaukee, Maddie Hayes, I think they've come up with what they should do is try a new sport, continue to try and showcase that maybe he's not as bad, but in essence, he's going to continue to get worse. And I think that'll be good for his career.
So, per sources close to the program, and their name rhymes with Josh DiMaggio, he said, first of all, if we're looking at his performance in other sports, he was at University Ridge, I assume for maybe the AmFam a year ago. He swung and missed at the ball 8 times.
Eight in a row golfing. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
So your assessment of his performance is accurate in the golf realm as well. We need video of that from somewhere.
Yeah, we'll find that. We'll dig that out of the ad collection here.
But to Josh's point, and this is, I guess, where I'm curious, it's his underlying belief and confidence that he'll do well, which is so, dare I say, inaccurate or delusional. But again,
yeah, but I think if you don't believe in yourself, who on earth is gonna? And when you watch that video,
should he believe in himself?
Is gonna believe.
Look at the reaction.
Are you ever going to tell one of the? Were you ever going to tell anyone in your life don't believe in yourself? When would you ever tell somebody that? Now, could you say, hey, maybe you being an Air Force pilot isn't going to be for you? You can say that, or let's make sure we're exploring all kinds of other opportunities. But are you ever going to sit and tell somebody, yeah, don't believe in yourself, you suck? Like, is that ever going to come out of your mouth?
Sometimes people need to hear that.
Some people, well, maybe not don't believe in yourself.
Right
but
now,
maybe...
Jason Wilde, you seem as if this is the way you're going. Tell Strofe right now, Strophy, you're good behind the mic. You're a content creator. You suck at athletics. Stop doing it. Because that's what you're asking.
I don't know if he sucks at everything. I don't know that. My only suggestion is that
your instincts tell you yes.
It's beyond reasonable doubt he sucks at everything.
I feel like his overconfidence may be playing into his epic failures. And maybe, again, from a content perspective, you're right. It leads to great content. But maybe a little more humility, a little less overconfidence, maybe there'll be better performance. That's all.
Aren't you actually really opening yourself up with a ton of humility by doing this?
You're humiliating yourself for sure. But again,
he gives a fist pump like he did something good at the end. He's walking off like the guy in a breakfast club.
He is definitely strutting off the mound too, which I respect. Again, hey, look, he can do whatever he wants, and I am supportive of it. I'm excited that he's doing this. You are 1,000,000% right. He's creating content. He's drawing attention.
Okay.
The overconfidence, and again, I didn't experience it. I didn't know about this till I saw it on social media last night. I saw the Chinooks tweeted about it, and again, I'm fine with that. It's great. But I'm told that going into both of these activities, the 3-cone drill and the first pitch, that he was very cocky. That's what I was told. And so somewhere, as you well know, with a successful NFL career now behind you, there is a difference between real confidence and fake confidence. Mike McCarthy used to always talk about that. So is it fake confidence, or does he actually believe he's going to be good, and then it goes the way it goes? That's the question.
No, I think he knows. I think he understands who he is, and I think I think he's got swagger to him.
He's just a showman.
I think he knows that he is not. He understands who he is.
There's a golden retriever whose job is to go get the ball, and it doesn't know where the ball is.
Yeah, it's not good.
Not easy to do. So anyway, we love the content he's creating. I had some fun with it on social media as well. Josh DiMaggio says that he claims he's a good basketball player.
Okay.
So I think that would be the next pursuit. Don't the Bucks do that thing where you got to make a layup, a free throw, and a three-pointer, and then you shoot from half court? Do they do that at games too?
There's no way Strove's got upper body strength to get a ball from half court to the rim. Like, that ain't happening.
Sounds like we have our next opportunity. Maybe it would be better to do it at like a Wisconsin Herd game where there might be fewer folks. But nevertheless, again, thank you for your service.
Is there any way Strove can get a ball from half court? Watching what I've just seen, does he have any upper body strength to get the ball from half court to the rim? I would be shocked.
He's lithe. I'm going to say he's stronger than he looks.
Okay.
And he was a starter for the Denmark Vikings.
I don't think he's drawn rim.
Okay.
He gets 5 shots. I don't think he's drawn rim.
Well, the gauntlet has been thrown down, Strofe, so we look forward to your next athletic pursuits and the overconfidence with which you will undertake it. I am confident that right now, and we took advantage of this sale ourselves, got delivery and everything. The last day of the Steinhafels summer sale is here. You start with 10% off the entire store, living room, bedroom, dining, and so much more. Then you make your room even more affordable with Steinhafels special financing, and you'll get $100, $200, or $300 in MasterCard funding on top of it to spend later. So hurry in. Today is the final day to get these sizzling summer savings. The summer sale, only at Steinhafels and steinhafels.com. All right, we'll get to football next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
People need people, whether in Junior Achievements BizTown, where students work together to run a city, or in the real world, where blood donors can help save lives. Join Junior Achievement of Wisconsin and Versity for a mobile blood drive on Tuesday, July 15th from 2 to 6:30 p.m. at JA's headquarters near Highway 100 and Good Hope Road. While you're there, tour Jim's JA BizTown, where students take on real-world roles like CEO, banker, and mayor, learning how communities thrive through teamwork and leadership. Sign up today at wisconsin.ja.org.
Your first time driving a stick shift. The car, sporty. Your teacher, nervous. You've got this. Just like Associated Bank's got you with Online Activation Zone, so you can easily shift your direct deposits from your old clunker of a bank to Associated Bank in just a few clicks. You've got this with Activation Zone from Associated Bank. See associatedbank.com/checking or ask a banker for details. Member FDIC.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Truck drivers, are you tired of an outdated truck hurting your paychecks? At Schneider, we add new trucks to our fleet every year to keep drivers moving and racking up the miles. Our easy-to-use technology is designed to keep you safe and comfortable while also boosting your income potential. So, are you ready to get behind the wheel of a more reliable ride? Find jobs near you and apply now at SchneiderJobs.com. That's SchneiderJobs.com.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Save big on everything for your next project when you shop at Menards. Miracle Grow plant food is full of essential nutrients that instantly feeds and helps your plants to grow bigger and more beautiful. It's specifically formulated to provide brighter, fuller, and healthier blooming. Choose from several types of 1.5-pound Miracle Grow plant food on sale now through June 29th. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Erica, it's good to see you.
How are things at our amazing Germantown location?
Absolutely fantastic.
We heard you had a bold idea. What is it?
We're celebrating our 45th year in business, so I think we should give away some natural diamonds.
Wow, that is a bold idea. How many and how big?
3/4 of a carat. 9 natural diamonds, each one clarity enhanced for maximum brilliance. 1 diamond for each store.
How should we mount them, Erica?
We'll give them away as diamond pendants.
So each of the 9 Kessler stores will have their own diamond pendant to give away?
Yeah, and all a person will have to do is to walk into a store and register to win.
Can a person travel to all 9 stores and register at each one?
Yeah, why not? And people will have from now until July 28th to register.
I'm in.
Me too.
It's unanimous, and people should bring in all their old jewelry so that we can professionally clean it for them for free.
That makes so much difference.
For the location of the Kesslers nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Strofe, we still love you no matter what. Tausch respects your efforts. Thank you for your service. Keep it up. Last thing on him. Per Josh DiMaggio, Strofe claims he could make 100 3-pointers in 90 minutes. It doesn't sound out of the realm.
90 minutes is a long time.
Yeah. You got to make a little more than one every minute, so you get 5-6 shots up in a minute, even more than that. I think
that's assuming he has the stamina to stay with it for 90 minutes. Though
he mentioned he also sent me a text that he made a 3/4 court shot as a JV high school player. So I said, okay, well, he might be able to hit rim, but I'm sure that'll be on his docket of things to try and accomplish.
He's definitely a confident guy. That's for darn sure. All right, so. Speaking of confidence, how much confidence do you have in Matt Lafleur? How good is he at what he does? Apparently, Pro Football Focus doesn't think all that highly of him. Jesse, you're the expert when it comes to power rankings. Did you want to do a little power ranking with the NFL coaches that are all ahead of Matt Lafleur because he didn't crack the top 10?
Of course I do. Pro Football Focus, the top 10 returning head coaches. Number 1, Andy Reid.
You started at 1?
You're right. We usually start at 10. Number 10, Kevin Stefanski.
Would you rather have... So what we're going to do, Tausch, is would you rather have...
I like the way Jesse was approaching this because I know what you're going to say. Would you rather, as the coach for the G&G, and then it could be, well, as the coach of this, and Andy Reid is by far, he's a Hall of Famer. He's got all the championships. Anybody that would say he's not number one right now doesn't know ball.
Sure. We will go in descending order. Number 2, Sean Payton.
No.
Overachieved with the Broncos last year.
Sean Payton's a good coach, man, but he's that whole thing, and we've spent many an hour on this show discussing him versus Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy's resume is better than Sean Payton's. His marketing is not.
It's because he's a heavy-set fella.
And with all that said, Denver is my sleeper squad, as I've been very upfront with y'all about.
We've heard about that, yeah.
Indeed you have.
Number 3, Sean McVay.
I get it. I'm not going to fight Jan McVay. He's a wunderkind. He is a wunderkind.
He's not quite the kind anymore, though. He's more of a adolescent.
But not even 40. Is he 40 years old?
He is 39. He turned 39 on January 24th.
They're going to be 40.
So he's a wunderkind. He's a wunderkind.
Number 4.
I think you just like saying wunder.
He does, yeah, no doubt.
I do. That's very
Don't you?
Sehr gut, mein Freund.
It's a very fun word to say.
Number 4, John Harbaugh, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah, I put him at Lafleur.
Number 5, Mike Tomlin.
Well, this is a sticking point for old T. I like this one. Could have done this from 10 to 5 and gotten to the same point, but hey, whatever.
I'm not going to do that at this point. Mike Tomlin's a really good coach. Matt LaFleur's had, I know you can take the Super Bowl, I get it, and he's been around for a long time. If you were asking me right now today who I'd rather have, it's Matt LaFleur.
Me too.
Okay.
I think I'd rather have him than Sean Payton as well. Sean McVay, I'll take Sean McVay. Yeah, I know.
I think the other guys.
I was giving my opinion, but thank you for
Jason,
reminding me again that you already said that.
I'm reiterating. Oh, I forgot. I can't correct you at all. I was just reiterating the point. All right, continue.
Number 6.
I was just reiterating the point by saying I already said that. Sorry, go ahead.
Jim Harbaugh, number 6.
No.
LaFleur. Why?
NFC championships with the San Francisco 49ers. Everywhere he goes, he's a winner. Comes into the Chargers, takes them to the playoffs last year after they'd underachieved for a number of seasons. Feel like they're on the up and up, growing into the system he has in place there. Natty at Michigan. Made Stanford good.
The St. Michigan, the St. Stanford, the St. UC San Diego, man, this is the NFL. He made it to an NFC champion. He won an NFC championship game. He went to a Super Bowl that he lost, right, to his brother. Mm-hmm. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
No, sorry. That's great. He's been to a Super Bowl. Matt LaFleur is not. I'm taking Matt LaFleur. Let's see what he does without Connor Stallions. Am I right?
We got to the playoffs last year.
So did the Packers.
Number 7, Kyle Shanahan. Can you weigh in on Shanahan without saying Mount Everest?
That was last year. They never even climbed last year, so they're going to be well rested. They'll have oxygen. They'll get food. They'll get a shovel to clean the poop on the way up. Kyle Shanahan's a good coach. I'm not gonna pull any punches on that. I think he's good. I want to say LaFleur, but I don't love the way LaFleur has kind of acquiesced. The guy came in and tried to steal his wife, his work wife, a.k.a. quarterback. And it doesn't seem as if there's a lot of residual. I don't like it. I didn't love when he sat down with that joint interview with him. I didn't love it at all.
You made that clear.
Shanahan's got more of an edge to him than LaFleur does. And I think Shanahan is obviously a really smart, offensive-minded coach. I think Green Bay is going to be better than San Fran, but as we sit here today, I think most people would take Shanahan over Lafleur. I'm going to have to join that club.
Me too, but you just said that. Who's next?
Number 8, Nick Sirianni of the reigning champion Philadelphia Eagles.
No, I'm taking Lafleur, and I know that sounds crazy, but Sirianni was close to getting fired. I think it's super fragile there. I'm not sure how much. Now, I think a decision was forced upon him to get different coordinators in there. He's got a really good D coordinator. I don't trust him. And, I don't think Philly fans trust him either. I think that is one of those cases where you could look at it and say they're going to go on a generational run, or he'll be fired in 2026. Like, it could go either way. That's where I see that. So I understand people are going to say, Homer, Yep, I get it. I think Matt LaFleur is a much better coach than Sirianni.
His new offensive coordinator, because, again, he has lost his offensive coordinator, as he did 2 years ago, as Kellen Moore is the new head coach of the Saints, is Kevin Patullo. He had been the passing game coordinator on offense since 2021, so continuity for the Eagles. But it does feel as if Nick Sirianni is only as good as his coordinators, which might segue into Dan Campbell if he's next on the list.
Don't you sense there's fragility? And it sounds crazy because they're hoisting Super Bowl championship trophies up, and Sirianni found his pulse. But I just envision him screaming at his fans in week 2 or 3 last year as that thing was unraveling. And I think Fangio saved his keister.
Yeah,
I think that defensive Fangio saved his, and along with our guy from Wisconsin, I think a keister was saved. I think he is just like that leg lamp in the Christmas Story. I think that whole thing's fragile. I do.
Couldn't agree with you more. I am a Nick Sirianni doubter, and I do understand they won a Super Bowl with him, and they went to a Super Bowl with him. But again, when they went to the Super Bowl with him, he had 2 coordinators who became head coaches after that Super Bowl. And then they still had a winning record. They still made the playoffs, but they were dysfunctional in that middle season between the 2 Super Bowl trips in 2023. And then they lost in the first round of the playoffs. I'm not sold on him, but I'm not, this is not Philly Sports Talk Radio, so I can't say that I know him especially well. But again, we're going to find out because he's got a new offensive coordinator, but he still has Vic Fangio, not Nick Sirianni. And I think Vic Fangio's as good as it gets. I think he's really good at what he does, and he was really good last year with that defense.
I spoiled that number 10 is Kevin Stefanski of the Cleveland Browns. So last up, number 9, Dan Campbell of the Detroit Lions. Which means no Matt LaFleur.
This is no shame to Dan Campbell. I think he's done a really good job as the coach of the Lions. But Matt LaFleur is a better X's and O's coach. I think he's much better on offense. And we're going to find out a lot about Dan Campbell this year. We're going to find out a lot. He hired really good coaches. They both got head jobs. Kudos to him. But I'm not putting Dan Campbell ahead of Matt LaFleur. I'm just not going to do it.
That was a great graphic, Jesse, with all those names on there.
Yep,
on the video feed.
Let's try that again.
Yeah, I'm a. There we go.
There they are.
I owe Dan Campbell an apology because I thought his act would wear thin and it wouldn't work there, and it ended up working out great, and they've won a bunch of football games after starting 1-7 in his first 8 games as the head coach. So I was skeptical, and I'm skeptical again. Nick Sirianni 2.0. He lost both of his coordinators. Let's see what they do, and maybe he's going to prove me wrong and shut me up again. And if that's the case, good for him. But I am still skeptical. All right, so now that we know that that's their top 10, I wonder where they even see Matt Lafleur and why. We'll have that.
11.
I would certainly hope so, but I don't think they did the honorable mention section on this. We'll get to that coming up. Want to remind you, though, as I tell you all the time, had a great meeting with Associated Bank yesterday, making plans for that practice that the Packers do inside Lambeau Field every summer. This year it's on August 2nd. Might be some fun stuff going on at Titletown and at the Associated Bank branch before that practice begins. We'll have more details coming up. But for now, I just want to remind you that they've got great customer service. I always tell you that because it's true. I've experienced it myself. Whether it's early pay, having access to your direct deposit up to 2 days early, whether it's credit monitoring, making sure that you're in a good spot with your credit so you can make the purchases you need, or whether it's fraud protection, which I experienced too. When someone tried to steal my money, they made sure it didn't happen. So go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Hi, Drew and Jonathan Scott here, reminding you that a lot of life's firsts are better with help from American Family Insurance, like your first home expansion or your first big lightning strike. There's a first for everything. Get the right home policy at the right price with the right help from American Family's agents. Life's better when you're under American Family's roof. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin's Mark Tauscher here with an offer for a bath or shower remodel from Kohler Services. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com.
At Potawatomi, where ways to win are endless, another chance to capture epic cash and prizes comes Friday, June 27th. It's the season finale blockbuster drawings. Watch your entries from Enchanted Spins, Unreal Treasures, and Boundless Bounty come together for drawings where $300,000 in cash and prizes is there for the taking. Be there to win your share. June 27th only at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. More info online. Must be 21 years old to play.
With 18 unforgettable holes on 250 acres of natural private land, the Bog provides the ultimate golf experience. To book your next tee time, call 262-284-7075 or visit golfthebog.com. Enjoy golf. Enjoy the Bog.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Introducing the new Dell AI PC, powered by the Intel Core Ultra processor. It helps do your busy work for you, so you can fast forward through editing images, designing presentations, generating code, debugging code, summarizing meeting notes, finding files, managing your schedule, responding to Jim's long emails, leaving all the time in the world for the things you actually want to do. No offense, Jim. Get a new Dell AI PC starting at $749.99 at Dell.com/AI-PC. How those ahead stay ahead.
Live comedy on Okauchee Lake. Join us for dinner and a show at the Golden Mast on June 27th with comedian John DeBoer. Get your tickets at goldenmastin.com. Enjoy a night of laughter and amazing food at the Golden Mast, your place on the lake. goldenmastin.com.
The deals are heating up at the Summer Savings Event all summer long at Cunis. Get the hottest savings of the year at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have sizzling new vehicle specials on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Or with one of our 10 pre-owned super specials, you'll be swimming in a pool of savings. Plus, keep your vehicle refreshed with our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty, included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Get outside and enjoy the summer savings event at Cunis. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So we know Mike McCarthy did not get as much credit as he probably deserved, right? He certainly doesn't get as much credit as Sean Payton does for essentially the same career. Tausch, what is it about Matt Lafleur? Like, why is he not viewed the same way?
You know, he obviously, I've said this 1,000 times because it's impressive, the winningest coach in the history of the NFL through 3 seasons. But it's two things. He's had great quarterback, or he's had an MVP quarterback, and I think in the beginning of his tenure, and he has not won enough in the playoffs. That's what this comes down to, because the coaches, you're judged on playoff success. And almost everybody that we said yes ahead of, McVay, championship, Harbaugh, John, yes. Sirianni, I didn't even say yes, and he's got one. Andy Reid, obviously. Sean Payton, who I disagree with at this point, but Sean Payton, he's got the pelt on the wall. Boom. That's what this comes down to. So for a coach, you can be an offensive wunderkind. If Sean McVay didn't win a championship, people would start wondering, like, how wunderkindy is he? Hey, he's smart. I don't think there's anyone in the NFL circles that doesn't think Matt LaFleur is a good play caller, and he has good concepts. Now, you want to look at how the season finished last year, you can make an argument like, well, what the heck are you talking about? But on the whole, through his tenure, I think he has done a very good job. But until you get more success postseason, your legacy, just like quarterbacks' legacies, are kind of built on what you do postseason. Coaches, it's even more so. Because look at Marty Schottenheimer was a great coach. Nobody even talks about him.
He got fired after a 14-2 season.
I don't know if he's even in the Hall of Fame. Guy had a legendary career, and because he couldn't find a way, whether it was the fumble down in Cleveland or the drive, all you got to do is get one of those, and your lore goes forever. Matt LaFleur is kind of stuck in that spot, and until that happens, this is why he's not ranked in the top 10.
So Donnie and DeForest with a question that we have asked before, which I think is fair, even though not everyone agrees with it. Without the NFL expanding the playoffs to 7 teams, Love and LaFleur would have missed the playoffs each of the last 2 years. It'd be interesting to see what the narrative would be on them right now if that were the case. Yeah. It would be. It would be 3 straight years of missing the playoffs. How would that be viewed?
How would LaFleur still be the head coach if that was the case?
Yes, only because they transitioned to Love. Right? And they would have had the argument.
Okay, I'm not going to disagree with you, but if you're telling me that you have Rodgers, you don't make it his last season. You transfer over to Jordan Love, and you don't make it. And then last year, you don't make the playoffs?
So if you go 11 and 6,
I don't know if I agree with you on that.
If you go 11 and 6 and you don't make the playoffs because 2 10-7 division winners made it and you didn't, I do think that he doesn't get fired because he went 11 and 6 but missed the playoffs. Instead, there's a even more intense debate about reseeding the playoffs and getting rid of divisions, right? Because then you actually have a team that went 11-6 and didn't go to the playoffs, even though two other teams did with lesser records. So, no, I don't think it would have gotten them fired.
3 seasons in Green Bay where you don't make a playoff and you think you're going to keep your job? Good luck. I bet you if you followed up with that policy and said, hey, man, let's say your coach misses the playoffs. And, again, there's circumstances. This was a unique one.
It's different now.
It's a little different, but it's easier to make a playoff. And I don't care if they're, oh, woe is me. If somebody won a division at 9 and whatever. Oh, great, 9-8. There's still 7 spots.
Okay, but we're talking about if there wasn't. They go 11-6.
There is.
The text from Donnie.
There is 7 spots.
Just pretend they
understand.
never expanded the playoffs to 7 teams.
I understand Donnie's point, but
He didn't miss the playoffs last year.
You're always telling me you're living in the past, man. It's the 1980s.
No, I want
right
you to answer
now,
the question. I want you to answer the question.
Okay.
They don't make the playoffs. They go 11-6 last year. There's only 6 playoff berths. They go 11-6 and don't make the playoffs. You're telling me that Mark Murphy fires Matt Lafleur on his way out the door after 11-6 season because they will have missed the playoffs each of the last 3 years. That's what you're telling me. I don't agree with you. I don't think he would have gotten fired.
If there are 3 straight years that this team doesn't make the playoffs, and 11-6, yes, it matters if you're 11-6 or if you're.
He went 9-8 with. Let's use 2023 also. They missed the playoffs, which is what Donnie's point is. Going 9-8 and finishing with 3 straight wins, transitioning from Rodgers to Love. They missed the playoffs. Mike McCarthy didn't get fired because you guys didn't make the playoffs in 2008 with a new quarterback, and you went 6-10. They had a winning record. So, again, we're just living in the world where there's not 7 spots, and they've missed the playoffs in 22, 23, and 24, and they've had winning records in 23 and 24 with a new quarterback. I don't think Matt LaFleur's getting fired for that. I don't. And I can't believe you don't agree.
I am not living in the 6 playoff world, so I'm not going down that variable.
That's the
I'm
whole
telling you,
point of the texts.
Okay, great. You can live on that one. That's fine. And I'm saying if you're going to ask me if you're going to be okay with 3 straight years of out making the playoffs in Green Bay, the answer is no. That's not what happened. And they had one of the great playoff wins to help spur that on, and with the quarterback, no doubt about it. But to sit here and act as if, well, there's going to be 3 straight years that they don't make the playoffs with 7 teams, and I know that's not what Donnie's saying. That's what I'm saying. Donnie has his point. Great. I get it. It's an interesting point. That's not the narrative that I'm talking about. When there's 7 teams making the playoffs, and you're the Green Bay Packers, and you go 3 seasons without doing it, I don't think Mark Murphy's going to stand for that. No. I don't care if they're 11-6 or if they're 10-7 and somebody else wins 8 games. It doesn't matter. It's title town, baby. This isn't about just, be good. It's not what it is.
Tell us about Kohler Services.
Oh, okay. I'll try to do that as we sit here. Looking to update your bath or shower? Our friends at Kohler Services have an offer for you. Family owned for 150 years, Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer, providing care for life. And this month only, you get 0 interest financing for 12 months and a free shower door with your Lugstone shower remodel. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. That's KohlerServicesWI.com. What I don't understand is you've been around long enough. Ray Rhodes got fired for 1 year. He was fired after 1 year when they didn't make it. Now, the expectation game is different, but if you're telling me with 7 playoff spots and they don't make the playoffs one of those 3 years, you still think Matt LaFleur is coaching the Green Bay Packers?
That is not what we were talking about. And if he had missed the playoffs each of the last 3 years with 7 playoff berths, that would have required less than 11-6 record to do. There were 2 10-7 teams that missed it last year. But no, that's not what we're talking about. And so, no, I don't think he would survive missing the playoffs 3 years in a row. I agree with you. But that's not the world we live in either. If we're only doing certain hypotheticals, that's a hypothetical because they didn't miss the playoffs the last 2 years. So, again, if they have the exact same seasons the last 3 years and there's only 6 playoff berths, is a totally different conversation. If they missed the playoffs last year and miss it in, I don't think he gets fired if they miss the playoffs in Jordan Love's first year as the starting quarterback. And let's be honest, they almost did. And I don't think he was ever in danger when they made that switch. If, let's say they don't win the last game of the season in 2023 and they miss the playoffs at 8-9, I don't think he gets fired. But if they miss the playoffs again last year with 7 teams because they go 9-8 or 8-9 again, yeah, I think and if he's not fired, his seat is scorching hot. But the point of the text was perception. And maybe this is part of why he's not in the top 10. Because the last 2 years, they have been the 7th seed, which did not previously exist. So I think it's a reasonable question to ask. If they had missed the playoffs, having the exact same seasons the last 3 years, would he have been fired after the 24 season? And I would say no. I think it would have been really hard for Mark Murphy on his way out the door to fire a coach who went 11-6, with Jordan Love missing 2 games with injuries and parts of 2 others. I don't think he would have gotten fired. More Wilde and Tausch straight ahead. Stick around.
On the air.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
No one should face MS alone. The National MS Society is here so that no one has to. There are nearly 1 million people in the United States with MS, with more than 20,000 of those living right here in Wisconsin. The National MS Society makes sure everyone has what they need to take back control from MS. We embrace and are committed to bringing our entire MS community together, representative of all the various dimensions of diversity. The National MS Society is here for every person with MS. We always will be, until we find a cure. To learn more, to donate, or offer your support, head to nationalmssociety.org.
Take your game to the next level with Vortex Golf. This employee-owned brand out of Wisconsin brings you premium rangefinders like the Blade, Blade Slope, and the Anarch, packed with features like image stabilization, pin spotter mode, and rock-solid accuracy. Backed by a legendary no-questions-asked VIP lifetime warranty and unmatched customer service, Vortex has you covered. Ready to upgrade your gear? Visit maplehillgolf.com and search Vortex to see the full lineup. Vortex Golf, you can bet on it.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Amber Wilson.
Your philosophy was very clearly that you thought KD and Kyrie, you thought you had something going that direction, and then all of a sudden you win the lottery. And so now you have Cooper Flagg coming in. Your core is going to be a 33-year-old and a 32-year-old, and those players both seem more 35 than they do 32 and 33.
Right.
And typically, when you have players in that situation, you need to win in the next 2 years is your championship window. Cooper Flagg is an 18-year-old and isn't going to be ready. Even if he turns out to be what everybody thinks he's going to be, he's not going to be ready to win a championship in the next 2 years. So I don't know how you combine those philosophies. And I don't think you can bring in Cooper Flagg and trade him away if you're Dallas. I don't think you can trade away AD if you're Dallas. I don't think you can trade anybody if you're Dallas. Heck, you've got to sit on your hands if you're Dallas.
Something amazing is happening in meteorology. Climate researchers are weathering a data storm. That's because CDW transformed their devices and infrastructure to pre-configured Lenovo ThinkPads and powerful edge-to-cloud solutions, delivering faster insights to run more accurate forecast models. So it's almost like they're controlling the weather themselves. Lenovo and CDW. Make amazing happen. Learn more at cdw.com/Lenovo client.
Hey, listen to this. All it needed was a new starter. Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love, guaranteed to fit every time. eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Is your business ready to take the next step? At Fifth Third Commercial Bank Wisconsin, our team of local experienced advisors is here to propel you forward. We understand your needs and offer in-depth expertise, cutting-edge technology, and tailored solutions to streamline your cash collections, automate payments, and safeguard your assets with top-notch fraud mitigation tools. Contact Fifth Third in downtown Milwaukee today. Let's eliminate the non-value add work so you can focus on what truly matters, growing your business. Fifth Third Bank National Association. Custom solutions built around your goals. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
So that memorable day where I was out on the golf course with Sid and she had a little bit of trouble in the out-of-bounds area. Later on in that program, Tausch and Jesse had Wayne Larrivee on, which I listened to on my ride back from Winnegamie Golf Course. And he said this about Matthew Golden and Savion Williams. And we never got around to talking about it. So here is the voice of the Packers, Wayne Larrivee.
The draft is always a cross between the present and the future. We, in the media, we as fans want to see immediate impact from a draft choice. And most of the time, that's not why the kid was picked. He's picked because they see upside down the road. And I think with these wide receivers, that's part of it. Now, we expect to see Williams on some gadget plays. And certainly we expect to see Golden make plays as a rookie. But really, I think those selections were because the Packers know where they're going to be a year and 2 years from now.
I feel like Matthew Golden is going to be a disappointment if he has little to no impact in his rookie season. Am I mischaracterizing what the expectations are for the first wide receiver selected in the first round by the Green Bay Packers in 23 years?
It depends on what that production looks like. But, yeah, if he is not a go-to weapon, doesn't need to be the top guy, but if he is not someone that is incredibly productive really by Halloween and on, yeah, like this isn't like a third or fourth round pick that you hope develops. First round wide receivers, you can make an impact. You maybe don't have the consistency. Like, I'm not expecting him to be Jay Jettis, but I'm not expecting him to be, I don't remember the guy that Philly took ahead of him that everybody went crazy about. It has to be closer to Jay Jettis than not. And in today's NFL, with what Green Bay has coming back, Matthew Golden needs to be an impact player at some point in the season. Not right away, but at some point.
All right, let me give you some rookie stat lines. Tell me if, because look, I don't know what Savion Williams is going to be. I don't know what he is right now. He's wearing a red no-contact jersey throughout the entire offseason program. and they were doing things at half speed and three-quarters speed, and he didn't take part in the one period that they would have that was full speed, which was 2 minute, which they didn't even have in the Thursday final practice of the minicamp when they disassembled the obstacle course.
We're well aware of that. Yes.
If he catches 45 passes for 632 yards and 3 touchdowns, is that a good enough season for you for Matthew Golden? Yes or no?
45 catches. What is that? Yeah, I'd be all right with that.
Those were Greg Jennings' numbers his rookie season.
Yeah.
If he catches 47 passes for 676 yards and 2 touchdowns, are you okay with that season?
Yes.
That was James Jones's rookie numbers.
Okay.
If he catches 33 passes for 366 yards and 2 touchdowns, will you be disappointed in his performance then?
Yes.
Those were Jordy Nelson's rookie numbers in 2008.
Got him.
If he catches... No, I don't think I got him.
What do you mean got him?
If he catches 25 passes for 375 yards and 1 touchdown, will you be disappointed in those numbers?
I will be disappointed, Devontae.
That is Randall Cobb in 2011.
Got him.
Got him.
Got him. Disappointed, yes.
If he catches 38 passes for 446 yards and 3 touchdowns, but has a big game against the Dallas Cowboys in a playoff game.
Oh, boy. Who could it be?
Will you be disappointed?
Well, how big of a game in the playoff game?
I don't know. Do you remember what Devontae did against the Cowboys in the he caught it game? Yeah.
I
100 yards.
would say
touchdown.
I think if you're able to show that you're becoming that guy and you can bounce and have a big playoff game, I will probably almost give you a full pass on the regular season. So, yes, I would not be disappointed with that.
All right, last 2. If he has 42 catches for 425 yards and 3 touchdowns, will you be satisfied?
Ty Montgomery.
How many yards?
425.
That's right about at my floor. I'll say I'd be all right with it.
Those were Romeo Dobbs' rookie season numbers.
Yeah.
And finally, because I'm not going to do 2023 with Wicks and Reed, 41 catches, 611 yards, and 7 touchdowns.
See what?
As a rookie.
See what?
And 1 big drop against Minnesota.
I'd be really happy with that. Absolutely.
And a stretch of 3 games where he was Randy Moss-esque. You will definitely be happy with that.
That is what I heard.
Just like you'll be happy with the legal advice you get if you've suffered a serious injury if you call Grubel offices. 1 call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Grubel offices. Make the call if you've been injured. And go to the website to find out more about their history, about all the great lawyers that are there, all the things that David and his family support in our communities. Gruber-law.com on the web. More Wilde and Tausch as we kick off the 11 o'clock hour in 2 minutes. So stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Why is life better with American Family Insurance? Because every policy comes with something very special. A trusted agent who's there to help protect your dreams by finding the right coverage at the right price. Save up to 23% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Visit amfam.com to learn how discounts may apply to you. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at discount liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. So get the fun started by stopping in to Discount Liquor. When you buy any one 12-pack of Blue Moon or Blue Moon Light, or any one 12-pack of Arnold Palmer Spiked Hard Tea, you'll receive a free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket and check out our specials at discountliquorinc.com.
Discount Liquor.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
Hey, this is Gabe Neitzel. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
I'm not giving up, no, not yet. Even when I'm down on my last breath. Even when they say there's nothing left. So don't give up on. I'm not giving up, no, not me.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Let's circle back to Matt Lafleur briefly and take a call. Let's talk to Jeff in Milwaukee. Jeff, good morning. Thanks for holding on. What do you got?
Things. Visit Tria.
What the? Jeff. What happened there?
I think Jeff took another call.
Oh, Minnesota.
All right.
There's a recorded voice at the end.
Yep, Jeff's not getting any airtime. Bye, Jeff.
Okay, well, that went well.
What the heck? You can't take another call. Like,
Hey, Made 'em Believe is tonight at the Orpheum Theater, and you're not going to want to miss it. Jesse, are there still tickets available, or did we reach the sellout?
I think we're about at the time where you cannot buy tickets anymore since the event starts in roughly 6 hours. So, no, we are not giving away any more tickets to Made 'em Believe, although we are super excited for the event tonight. Thanks to everyone who will be part of it. I will be there. I look forward to seeing those who are in attendance.
Will your parents be there?
They will not be at this one, no. They did not scan the QR code the way that many people did to access tickets. But going to be a big, crowded house at the Orpheum Theater in downtown Madison. A lot of fun. I went over there yesterday, saw a little bit of what's going on. We had some meetings yesterday about everything happening. It's going to be an amazing night tonight. I can't wait to fill you in on how it all goes tomorrow.
So I got a text while I was drawing the comparison between Tausch almost getting to watch yesterday's baseball game without knowing the outcome. I got a text that every time I bring up the 2014 NFC Championship game in Seattle, I get a too soon. It's now more than a decade ago. Tausch, when it comes to that team that lost in the national championship game after having a 9-point lead on Coach K, is it too soon, or are you happy to be celebrating them? It is the most disappointment you've felt as a fan, if I recall you saying that correctly.
Yeah, I think it went from the biggest high to the biggest low. As a fan, I would say was that. There is no doubt that that team deserves to be celebrated, and there's no doubt that there's still going to be a lot of pain that is brought up when you're going to talk about that Duke game. So it's not like that ever goes away, and I don't care what athlete you talk to. You could talk to LeBron, you could talk to Shaq, you could talk to anybody, Tom Brady, talk to anybody that has had multiple championships, and you would think, man, those will trump anything. And I would bet, if you ask Tom Brady what his biggest memory is, it's going to be the pain of losing that Giants Super Bowl when they're undefeated. And athletes are just wired that way. You're going to always feel a certain way about things that maybe you didn't get done in comparison to the ones you do. And is that healthy? Probably not. So I think tonight you'll hear a lot of celebrate. Obviously that Kentucky game, the Omni Hotel, everything that was great. But I would bet that Frank and that Josh and that Sam will all be sitting there telling Brusty, man, we had it. We were right there, and we didn't get it done. So it's a celebration, but I'm sure there'll be a little bit of residue, a little bit of scarring that happens when you play athletics, that if you haven't done that, that probably means you haven't done it at the highest level.
Not to correct Jesse publicly, but
this would be important to correct publicly, although I'm still trying to get all the information.
If you go to uwhoops2015.com, uwhoops2015.com, then it redirects you to Ticketmaster. I didn't go through the checkout process, but I can tell you there's at least 8 tickets left. I do know, and this is not spin, I do know that we are close to capacity. But there are some tickets available. Go to UW-Hoops.
You can still scan the QR code. Who knew?
You may, if you want to risk it, but if you go to the website and then you get the tickets sent to your phone, you're taken care of. They may even be able to sell tickets at the door. That I don't know. But I can assure you that if you've been waiting to go to this or unsure of what your schedule was tonight, I'm here to report, having actually gone to the website that we've been promoting for months, that there are tickets still available for purchase. And they're only $27. So I think you'll get your money's worth if you choose to go. So again, uwhoops2015.com. Made him Believe tonight in Madison at the Orpheum Theater. And Jesse will be there. If you need a little sweetener, his parents will not. Jesse, I assume that you chose to put this in the A block of the 11 a.m. hour because you also want to do trivia about that team in Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Vortex Golf.
You would be correct. First question, can you still buy tickets to Made 'em Believe? Yes, maybe, or no. The answer is yes, you can. UWHoops2015.com.
Why would anyone ever listen to Jesse?
The 2015 Wisconsin men's basketball team is the subject of Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Vortex Golf.
Well, it was 2015 that the game was played. They had a 9-point lead. I don't want to get into that. I'd rather go caller 15, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Caller 15 plays Wilde and Tausch Trivia about that 2015 Wisconsin men's basketball team. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. You really want a summer of entertainment?
My job to win a World Series is my job to provide a summer of entertainment.
Be careful what you wish for.
Struck him out looking. Ball game over. It's a grand slam. Dives. He caught it. Struck him out looking. Oh, my goodness. Christian Yelich. Mizorowski. Sal Freeling. Trevor McGill.
Everything Brew Crew lives right here. 94.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube.
Mark Tauscher here, and these days I am sleeping better than ever. I am so thankful I met with the great team at Advent to help solve my sleeping problems. The Advent team is so great to work with, and their consultations are very informative. The Advent team listened to my struggles, and rather than forcing a surgery, they helped me find the best solution for a better night's sleep. My family and I are so thankful the solutions from Advent worked. To see how they can help you with snoring, sleep apnea, and nasal breathing problems, go to adventknows.com, because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
And now for the Pella play-by-play, here's Jeff Levering.
Thanks, Gina Della from Pella. What a beautiful day to have new windows and doors installed.
Every day is beautiful because Pella installs year-round during all seasons.
It's so hard to guess that next pitch. The customizations seem endless.
And it doesn't have to be super expensive. Pella has a product line for every budget.
And if it is time for a major upgrade, rest easy by scoring no interest and no payments for up to 2 years. Visit PellaWI.com today.
Certain restrictions apply on 6/30/2025.
Turn your driveway into the basketball court of your dreams with Precision Sports, Southeastern Wisconsin's dealer for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator hoop systems. From installation to customizable painted court lines, Precision Sports is a slam dunk. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
The deals are heating up at the Summer Savings Event all summer long at Cunis. Get the hottest savings of the year at nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis locations in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and the new Cunis Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. We have sizzling new vehicle specials on the most popular cars, trucks, and SUVs from Chevrolet, Buick, and GMC. Or with one of our 10 pre-owned super specials, you'll be swimming in a pool of savings. Plus, keep your vehicle refreshed with our service specials on brakes, tires, and oil changes.
I'm Brian Bohm, General Manager of Cunis of Oak Creek.
And I'm Bill Eater, General Manager of Cunis of Greenfield.
We would like to invite you to take advantage of these great monthly specials.
And remember that your vehicle will be covered by our exclusive No Fear Lifetime Powertrain Warranty included with new and qualified pre-owned purchases.
Call or stop in today for your VIP appointment.
Get outside and enjoy the Summer Savings Event at Cunis. Start your search online at CunisMilwaukee.com.
Hey, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Buying a roof, siding, or windows can feel overwhelming. Hidden costs, confusing contracts. We don't play that game. We educate you so you can decide. And when you know the facts, Infinity Exteriors is the clear choice. Since 1997, we've installed peace of mind with no surprise upcharges, flexible budgets, and immediate financing. Infinity Exteriors, saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
The Golden Mast is offering relaxing rides on Okauchee Lake aboard their brand new Bay Runner pontoon patio. Enjoy 2-hour cocktail cruises on Thursdays and Sundays. Get tickets at goldenmastin.com. Private event rentals also available. Bigger boat, more people, more fun. goldenmastin.com.
Red, white, and vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, crisis counseling and referral services can be accessed by calling 1-800-GAMBLER, 1-800-426-2537.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
I see the less I know, but I know one thing, that I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you.
A nice box showed up at our door earlier this week. From Vortex Golf. There were some very excited golfers in our house when it arrived. You'll be excited too if you win one of the swag bags if you're drawn in tomorrow's drawing. But to get there, you got to get as many questions you can right in Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is brought to you by Vortex Golf. Rangefinders you can bet on.
Time for trivia presented by Vortex Golf. Tausch, what's your participation level today?
I am good to go. And who is did we say who our contestant is yet?
No,
today?
I did not. I wanted to find out what your participation level was first.
I'm ready to go.
Great. Let's welcome in our contestant. It is Elijah in Poynette. Elijah, good morning. How you doing today?
Good morning. Good, thanks. How about you guys?
We're great. Thanks for asking. All right. Good. Question number 1. In 2015 Wisconsin men's basketball trivia.
All right. In which city, which some have called the best in the U.S. for hosting major sporting events, was the 2015 men's Final Four held? Is it Indy, San Antonio, or Delafield?
A. Let's go with A.
Correct. Yes,
Indianapolis, it is. As Tausch mentioned, they drank the Omni Hotel out of Coors Light. Question 2 is this. Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker were both selected in the first round of the 2015 NBA draft. Which current Milwaukee Bucks player was also selected in the first round of that draft? Is it Brook Lopez, Bobby Portis, or Kyle Kuzma?
Ooh. Go with C.
Kyle Kuzma is incorrect.
I was going to go B.
Bobby Portis selected out of the... did he go to Arkansas?
Yeah, he was Pig Suey. Yep.
There you go. All right, let's bounce back on question 3, Elijah.
Mm-hmm.
The 2015 men's basketball team lost only 4 games all season. Twice to Duke, once to number 14 Maryland, and one other game against which unranked Big Ten opponent? Is it Penn State, Nebraska, or Rutgers?
Who they lost to?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Can you repeat the answers?
Penn State, Nebraska, and Rutgers.
Let's go Rutgers.
Nicely done.
Frank missed that game, if my memory serves me, up in Piscataway.
It was up at the Rack, and it was the same night as the Des Bryant game that we were just talking about a couple of segments ago. Packers-Cowboys in the NFC divisional round at Lambeau Field.
Frank missed the game because he didn't want to try and tape the Packers game. He just wanted to watch it live.
It's possible.
That may have been the case. We'll find out tonight. It made him believe at the Orpheum
I don't
Theater.
even think Frank's not even a Packers fan, is he?
Yeah, I don't think he is. Elijah, you
but
got
then again, Brust wasn't a Packers fan then either. Now he is. So I guess things can change.
Elijah, you got 2 out of 3. That means you got 3 of the possible 4 entries into tomorrow's drawing. Thanks for playing, buddy. We appreciate you.
Thank you, guys. Have a good day.
Quick NBA draft question. I know we haven't gotten to, Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple. But did I see this correctly? Rutgers had 2 first-round picks yesterday?
You did.
Yep.
You did see that correctly.
They were 8-12 in the conference and 15-17 overall.
That is correct.
Yeah.
What
now,
am
is
I
Ron
missing?
Harper's kid, is he a Rutgers guy? Ron Harper's kid, or is that not the...
Dylan Harper was one of the Rutgers kids, yes. Mm-hmm.
So, not only that, Jason, I think there's 2 in the top 5.
Yeah, really early. I
from
saw.
Rutgers.
I didn't know exactly how early. Dylan Harper went second, and then Ace Bailey, not to be confused with Ace Frehley, went 5th. You're right. 2 in the top 5. How are you 15-17?
Must not have many bigs.
I got Alex Strofe at the other 3 positions.
Dang. It's a tough shot at Strofe, but fair.
Well, if he was playing Division I Big Ten basketball. I'm confused by this. For those of you that did not tune into the NBA draft, as I didn't, Cooper Flagg did go number 1 as expected. Con Knipple went 4th to the Charlotte Hornets.
The highest drafted Wisconsin resident of all time. Since the dawn of time, there has never been someone born and raised in Wisconsin who has been drafted higher than Con Knipple.
Yeah, and what's crazy is 16 months ago he was playing against Domofsky's kid. And now he's the 4th overall pick. That is wild. Wild, wacky stuff.
Wild stuff.
Speaking of wild, wacky stuff, Whoa Nelly is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
The UW Credit Union member Mark Tauscher here. People ask me, old T, why did you join UW Credit Union? Well, is it to keep your banking local? Is it the member first service? Great perks like early payday? Absolutely. But honestly, between us, I mean, it's Bucky. I can't say no to that face. If you love Wisconsin like I do, you just can't pay with anything else. Fandom makes us do crazy things, but this just makes sense. Become a UW Credit Union member and get your Bucky card like me. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Progressive knows when you own a boat or RV, it's like you're automatically on vacation, even if you're actually a marriage counselor in the middle of couples therapy. But in your mind, you're camping in Acadia, puttering around Frenchman Bay. Your boat and RV are both protected. You're lobster drenched in butter and... Uh-oh, did your clients just notice you weren't listening? Quick, do the thing where you just repeat back exactly what they said but as a question. They bought it. Now back to Maine, earning an automatic discount bundling your boat or RV with your home or auto. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Find what you love, love what you find. A Total Wine and More. There's so much waiting for you. Spirits and beer, thousands of wines. Walk right through the door. It's all here to explore. With guides in the know and prices so low, it just might blow your mind. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Drink responsibly, B21.
Whether you're a local who wants to enjoy a night out or you're planning to visit Milwaukee, enjoy an artfully stylish experience at St. Kate the Arts Hotel, conveniently located in the heart of downtown Milwaukee's Theater District. With deluxe accommodations, culinary creativity, on-site art galleries, artist in residence, and nightly live music, you'll enjoy every element of your stay at St. Kate. Learn more and book your stay at stkatearts.com.
1, 2, 3 into the 4. Avondale Roofing is knocking on your door. Leaking roof? Man, that's a shame. Call the real pros. We running this game. We patch it, datch it, no need to stress. Our crew shows up and cleans up the mess. No drips, no drafts, no drama at all. Just tight new shingles that are leak-proof all. Hey.
It's nothing but Avondale, baby. They keep it dry when the weather gets crazy. Hey.
Visit AvondaleRoofing.com. That is AvondaleRoofing.com.
This is an ad by BetterHelp.
With more than 35,000 therapists, BetterHelp is the world's largest online therapy platform, having served more than 5 million people globally. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Talk it out with BetterHelp. Our listeners get 10% off their first month at BetterHelp.com/timeout. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/timeout.
Monica, we've got to hand it to you.
You and the design team have outdone yourselves.
Are you talking about the One collection?
Those rings say you are the one.
And they say it symbolically.
Describe the symbols.
Every ring in the One collection should be presented with a special ritual.
What would that ritual be?
You pick up her left hand and you place a kiss on her ring finger.
Rick, you never told me about that part.
Then you show her the tiny red diamond, flush mounted inside the ring, that will forever be in contact with her finger.
Why is it red?
Because that's when the giver says to the one, wherever you go, my heart goes with you.
I give you this kiss. I give you my heart.
The red diamond is a secret symbol of that sacred moment.
The center diamond on the outside of the ring is for the whole world to see.
But the tiny red created diamond inside the ring is only for the two of them.
The One collection of engagement rings is available exclusively at Kessler's.
To find the Kesslers nearest you,
visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Don't ever say it's over if I'm breathing. Racing to the moonlight and I'm speeding. I'm headed to the stars, ready to go far. I'm Star Wars.
You will see him tonight at the Made 'em Believe event, for which tickets are still available, contrary to earlier reports. Just scan the QR code on your screen or go to uwhoops2015.com, which will redirect you to Ticketmaster, and you can get your tickets. You will also see him on Sunday with his parents at Hard Rock Casino Rockford for the Terry Bradshaw extravaganza, which will not be starring Aaron Rodgers. Although maybe a surprise appearance. But right now you get him in Wonelli.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Wonelli
on Wilde and Tausch.
Jesse, can I jump the route here briefly? Because you've got some good stuff lined up for Wonelli. But I do want to say this just to reiterate, because I did have the draft on while I was doing some other stuff last night. Tausch and Justin Garcia fixed it. Because I definitely lost interest with the Bucs not having a pick. But I would have had more interest in tonight if the second half of the first round was tonight. So, Tausch, it was your idea, and Justin wholeheartedly supported it. Lottery picks on night 1.
Yeah,
rest of the first round and the second round
draft,
on night 2.
I think it's a little too early. And you're talking about a potentially transformational player. I didn't sense the buzz for this year's draft.
I agree.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Nope.
I was wrong about the Brewers and the expectation of how that all played out yesterday, it looks like, as I just checked the poll. But you're talking about some dude that potentially is going to take the NBA by storm, and the NBA draft could not have been more blech.
Had the finals wrapped up in 5 games, there would have been roughly 10 days before the draft. Would that have made it better?
It would have been better, I think. I don't know. I don't know if they just obviously the NFL just is a lot bigger and a lot more interesting to me than the NBA is. But this should have been more. I don't know if it's more drama if you don't know who the first pick's going to be. I don't think that's the case. And probably the fact that the Bucs weren't going to be picking last night probably maybe was a little bit too. So all in all, just blah. They need to do something different. This ain't working.
Is it weird that they do the draft before free agency opens? Because obviously the NFL free agency opens, a month, sometimes more, before the draft in late April. So you get some player movement first, then you can draft based on what you need, as opposed to, the finals end on Sunday, then the draft is happening 5 days later, and then free agency opens after that. So some teams know what they're doing.
The problem the NBA has, they have the summer league, and that's a big part of what they do. And so you have to be done. You have to have the draft done so that your young guys go out and play, and you can start that process. I think that starts probably there around the 4th of July. So it is what it is. It was as less buzzy as I've ever seen it.
Yeah, I don't like the timing either. I don't know about the NBA. I think Evan was the one who mentioned it on Tuesday, or maybe it was you, Tausch. I mean, you had on Game 7 of your finals a trade involving one of your future pro basketball Hall of Famers, right? The KD trade on the day of Game 7. Nobody's making a trade on the day of the Super Bowl.
I think not.
They need to work on their scheduling a little bit. Sorry, Jesse,
agree.
I know you got other stuff you want to get to. Wonelli.
NBA draft was one of them.
Wonelli!
So that's good. I would like to motion to vote to stop trying to come up with new nicknames for The Miz.
Are people doing that?
Yes. People are, I don't know if I'm sold on the nickname The Miz, but you should still try to come up with a different one. The Miz is a perfect...
who is saying this?
I've heard some of our shows doing that. I've seen it on social media. I don't remember.
Call them out.
I don't remember exactly which ones they were. So the last thing I want to do is throw a stray at someone
Rutledge.
who doesn't need to.
Was it Rutledge?
I did
Probably
hear them.
Rutledge.
They were calling him Big Miz yesterday, which I don't know if that's one that they've invented or are trying to get to catch on, or if that's something he's gone by already.
Why do we need to? Because he's like Randy Johnson tall.
Because he's
that tall?
6'7". Yeah, like The Miz is a perfect nickname. His parents were wearing the shirts that said The Miz when he made his debut. It's caught on nationally. We don't need to reinvent the wheel here. The Miz is the nickname. Let's ride with it because it's an incredible experience for Brewers fans right now to have a guy like this taking the baseball world by storm.
I agree with Jesse.
Me too.
Whoa, Nelly! I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't hear the outrage that you're hearing. I guess am I not listening to what you're
It wasn't outrage. There wasn't outrage. It was just
you came in here kind of hot saying, you don't like this. This is ridiculous.
Since we piled on him, I know Alex Strofe was one who on Mr. Irrelevant, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays on the ESPN Milwaukee and Madison YouTube channels, when the debut was made, said, I don't know if I'm sold on the nickname The Miz. That's already the wrestler. Let's see what else we got. We can
I
come
didn't
up with
know there was a
something.
wrestler by that name.
The Miz is perfect. Roll with The Miz. And you've already seconded my motion, so no further discussion needed.
Whoa, Nelly!
It's true. There is no discussion needed.
When you go to the dentist, Beck and I have both experienced this in the last couple of weeks. You may or may not know I stepped out at this time yesterday to go to the dentist.
To go to the Brewers game.
Yeah. When the dentist asks, what's new with you? It was pre anything in the mouth.
Oh, okay.
But this is a person that I see once every 6 months, if that. Sometimes I had to delay this appointment, so it was even longer. And I'm trying to think back, when's the last time I saw the dentist, and how extensively do I answer this question for someone I see so infrequently? Becca said she just said, oh, I'm good, and didn't elaborate any further. I said, well, we went on a cruise, I was on a jury, our dog had a big surgery. At that point, I felt like I was going too extensively into what the dentist cared to know about my life. So how do you answer the question for someone you barely ever see, what's new with you?
It depends how talkative you want to be. I really think that and it's usually not the dentist, it's the hygienist that is doing it because they're the ones spending all the time. The dentist pops over, unless you got something major wrong, pops over, talks to you for 2-3 minutes, and then deuces be. I don't think they want to talk to you either. I'm convinced. I think the hygienists are more interested in just knocking it out and then going back in their room and waiting till their next appointment comes in. So let's just cut to the chase. You say, I'm good. Hope you're doing well. I'm going to just turn it on to whatever channel, and if you want to say something, great, because you can't talk once you get in the chair. You're at best going to have, 2 or 3 minutes? Talk a little small talk, and then we're good here. We're good here. That's how I would approach it.
Do you think they really care? Or are they just making
they don't care.
Conversation?
Yeah. I don't think they care.
I don't think so either, but at the same time, do you want them to just not even bother to go through the motions?
Yeah, you don't want them to just come and say...
Yeah, I'd rather just say, hey, it's been 6 months since you've been here. Anything new? All right, let's get to work.
What's up? Open up. That's what you want.
What's up?
Yeah, I think
open
that's
up.
Yeah.
That's what you want from the dentist. You don't want any pleasantries or any conversation or any personal interaction.
I think we're missing the point here because I think most clients that go in, that's what they want. But I do want my hygienist to feel good. So if they're super chatty people, all right, let's talk. But I would bet most of them are just like, man, oh, God, let's just fire some stuff here. Let's get this thing done and move it along. And if that's what they want, let's just give them what they want. I think both parties feel like you have to manufacture something that doesn't need to be manufactured. So maybe the new thing should be go into the dentist office and it should just be, you want small talk? Nope. Let's get to work. Boom. Move it along.
You think they should have you just fill that out on the
the form
paperwork you do right before?
How talkative
That
would
should
you
be
like
the last
your
question.
hygienist experience to be?
That should be the last question in, like, the hygienist, do you want small talk, yes or no? And if you say no, you just move it along.
Whoa, Nelly! Josh DiMaggio said that they have that for Uber. Is that true?
I think it's like quiet car, yeah. Hit quiet on it.
Yeah, you can request like no interaction with the driver, minimal interaction.
I would think dentistries would do the same thing. I don't think they'd have a problem. Matter of fact, I'm guessing eye doctors, they'd be fine with it too. Now, there's a little more interaction with an eye doctor.
Yeah.
You have to say, left eye, right eye.
But the eye doctor, you don't have to see every 6 months. You see the eye doctor a lot less in most cases.
It's fair.
So I would want less. I don't care about telling the eye doctor what I've been up to. Like, that person doesn't know me at all. The hygienist kind of knows me, but not really.
Do people really get attached to their hygienist like you do with your, like, barber? Or do you just say, just give me the next appointment? I want it to be 6 months on a Wednesday. And normally, most people try to do it around their work schedule. So, like, I think for when I have a dentist appointment coming up in August or September. I always do it after 12 so that I can work.
Is it on the calendar?
Which I think most people do. And it's not as if you're scheduling out that far, it's not that it's that tight of a schedule that, I have to work at 11 or I have to have a dentist appointment at 11, putting a lot of strain on other people. I don't know if that's how that worked yesterday or not.
Because you were also gone when Jesse left.
That's rich.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Yeah, Jesse, why did you have to have your appointment when you did?
Because, originally the appointment was scheduled the week of the NFL draft.
Hunter and I had a great time, by the way.
I heard. Fine. I listened on my drive. I hadn't realized when I scheduled it 6 months out the previous, whatever you call that, cycle, that it was the same week as the NFL draft in Green Bay. I thought it was the week after. Turned out I was wrong. So I thought, okay, well, that's not going to work out very well. So I switched it from there. So I called ahead then, a couple of weeks in advance, said, when's the next time I can get in? They said, we can get you in. I said, preferably the afternoon, because unbeknownst to some of you, I am pretty conscientious of trying to schedule things around this show and avoiding the window of work when we are on the air each day. And so I called and said, is there anything available in the afternoons anytime soon? And the earliest they said the best we can do, there's a noon on June 25th. And this was 2 months ago. The earliest we can do is noon on June 25th. And I said, okay, well, what's the next available after that? And it was sometime in late August was the next available, which I find hard to believe, but so be it. So I said, fine, I'll take it. Little did I know Tausch would have a golf outing that would end up being more of a headache for the sake of the show than it would have needed to be.
It wasn't that big of a headache. It worked out great. All right, that's it for Whoa, Nelly. We look forward to wrapping things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin.
Wilde and Tausch is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella at 855-PELLA-WI or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
People need people, whether in Junior Achievements BizTown, where students work together to run a city, or in the real world, where blood donors can help save lives. Join Junior Achievement of Wisconsin and Versity for a mobile blood drive on Tuesday, July 15th from 2 to 6:30 p.m. at JA's headquarters near Highway 100 and Good Hope Road. While you're there, tour Jim's JA BizTown, where students take on real-world roles like CEO, banker, and mayor, learning how communities thrive through teamwork and leadership. Sign up today at wisconsin.ja.org.
Hey ESPN Milwaukee fans, Brian Balaga here for Surfside. Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real brewed tea and real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation, so it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. Look for the can with the sunset stripes, sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
College students, are you looking to make your campus living more comfortable, functional, and fashionable this year? Let IKEA help. From innovative storage solutions and furniture to maximize your space, to fashionable bedding and accessories to make it uniquely yours, IKEA is helping make college living truly inspired by you. And now, qualified college students can save even more with 15% off their IKEA purchase when they sign up for IKEA Family for free. Visit IKEA Oak Creek, IKEA Schaumburg, or check out the Ready for College section on IKEA.com/US to learn more.
Everyone has a fave Wendy's Frosty flavor. And when you're choosing from chocolate or vanilla, it's not that hard. But now, there's all new Frosty Swirls and Frosty Fusions. So try picking your fave from Oreo Brownie Fusion, Pop-Tarts Strawberry Fusion, Strawberry Swirl, Brownie Batter Swirl, Caramel Swirl, and Caramel Crunch Fusion. Not so easy now, huh? For a fresh way to Frosty, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's, Oreo is a trademark of Mondelez International Group. Pop-Tarts is a trademark of Kellogg North America Co., LLC, used with permission.
Find what you love and love what you find. A Total Wine and More, the place to go for sipping rosés with seltzers on ice, making margaritas with your favorite tequilas. It's warm out, let's go. Our prices are low on spirits, beer, and wine. You're gonna find what you love and love what you find.
Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly. B21.
It's party time at Cousins Subs. For a limited time only, Cousins 2-foot party subs are back. Choose from the club, ham and provolone, Italian special, or turkey. Each party sub is just $39.99, feeds 5 to 8 people, and requires 24-hour notice to order. And now you can complete your party by adding a party chip bag and a dozen chocolate chip cookies for just $4.99. Order today in store, online, or on the app. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
Experience, knowledge, results. That's what really matters when you need help after a serious truck accident. You'll need a lawyer experienced in fighting and winning for people just like you. Gruber Law Offices has the resources, strong track record of success, and a team of experienced lawyers to take care of your needs. We've successfully helped people injured in big truck accidents for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Here in Wisconsin, one name is synonymous with fantastic frozen pizza, Palermo's. For almost 60 years, Palermo's has focused on feeding Wisconsin families. And though Palermo's has grown a lot since 1964, they're still family-owned. They're still proud to call Milwaukee home. And they're still committed to making the best frozen pizza possible. From their new and improved rising crust pizzas to their guilt-free Primo thin pies, Palermo's has a delicious slice for every appetite. Find Palermo's in your local grocer's freezer food aisle. Palermo's. Flavor is our family's business.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
So tomorrow, which I believe is coming up in the lyrics here, I want to talk about David Bakhtiari because Tausch sent me a picture during the show, and we joked about it earlier in the week about Craig Karmazin and I discussing David Bakhtiari and then me texting him and him having his read receipts on, but him not replying. Maybe that's because he is plotting a comeback. Maybe not. I don't know. But we'll talk about that tomorrow because I would love to finish there, but instead we need to finish with where the poll
Will D-Bach
stands.
be at Squat Fest tomorrow at Camp Randall Stadium?
Ooh, I don't think so. But he'll be working out at Proactive, apparently. They sell ice. They also sell ice cream. All right, Jesse, where do the poll results turn out?
Today's poll, did the Brewers-Pirates game featuring The Miz versus Paul Skeens live up to the hype?
I got a hunch I got blown
Because Tausch said it absolutely did not, in most part because by the time he got home to try and watch it, because his plan fell through to record the game, The Miz had already been removed from the game. 75% say yes, it did live up to the hype yesterday. Which, if you want to spin it, means 1 out of 4 people that were at the game
agree with Tausch.
theoretically agree with Tausch.
Yeah.
So there is that. But 3 out of 4 saying, yes, yesterday's game lived up to the hype.
And 4 out of 5 dentists surveyed recommend Trident gum and not talking to your patient. Tausch, do you feel better, worse, or the same after that result?
I feel about the same. I think we all get caught up in big moments. We all want everything to be great when we're anticipating great things. And sometimes it doesn't live up to it, and we still want to make it out like it's a big, great thing. I thought yesterday was awesome in the fact that they filled the place up, and it sounds like, not from Jesse because he just faked like he was there by taking a picture, but it sounded like it was a raucous environment. That is great. That's what we're looking for. It's great for AmFam Field. It's great for the Brewers. But when you, in essence, have the game wrapped up in the second inning and the pitchers don't even make it halfway, at least Skeens, I don't think you could sit there and say it was some dynamite deal. It didn't live up to the hype. That's my opinion, and it seems as if our audience does disagree with me in a 3-4 clip, which, man, I'm all right with. But that's how I feel.
Kevin in the YouTube comments just wants you to call him Miz, not The Miz. I'm guessing Kevin does not remember the Seinfeld episode with The Wiz, or
Nobody Beats.
Didn't they call Ozzie Smith The Wizard, not Wizard, right? The Wizard.
I think it was The Wizard.
Yeah.
I think it was The Wizard.
I think I'm okay with the, but again, maybe that's an old person term. Jesse?
Maybe.
Not the isn't an old person term. That's a word that gets used a lot, but putting the in front of the rest of the nickname.
Sure.
That's what I meant.
Time to go.
That's it for us today. Maybe we'll come back tomorrow. Maybe we won't. Have a great day. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full show podcasts are available free on the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. Looking to simplify your everyday banking? Our checking and savings accounts offer the tools you need, plus the friendly, simply local service you deserve. Enjoy competitive rates, 24/7 online and mobile banking, and real people ready to help right here in your community. Whether your checking balance is at midnight or stopping by one of our branches at noon, Great Midwest Bank has you covered with a variety of new and improved account options designed for your unique needs. Great Midwest Bank, simply local and member FDIC.
Red, white, and vroom. Celebrate freedom with horsepower at American Place Casino, located in Waukegan, Illinois. Don't miss your chance to win a 2025 Ford Mustang Dark Horse Premium. Free bonus entries daily, June 20th through July 5th. New members, listen up. Join AP Rewards and grab 25 bonus entries daily during the promotion period. And don't miss the grand finale, drawing for the Mustang on Saturday, July 5th. Visit AmericanPlace.com to learn more. Must be 21 years of age or older. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem,